We have a distinguished panel, but I would like to start first uh, with Senator Kakar. If you'd like to say a few words. Senator Kakar, as I said, was a former caretaker prime minister, but also has served in the Senate in various capacities. His views on foreign policy and internal affairs are well known. A true intellectual. We're delighted to have you, sir.
Thank you so much. It's always a pleasure and honor to be in the midst of Davos community, Davos Pakistani community. And Pathfinder and Mr. Ikram was the one who ushered me and introduced me to World Economic Forum many years ago. Balochistan is a land when the West initiated to approach towards east, when Alexander wasn't interested to go towards the Western Hemisphere and he chose to approach Persia, and along with that those nomadic tribes of the north, which is today known as Central Asia. He hailed the whole journey when he was coming towards the North India. That is the part which is current day Pakistan, and half of that is Balochistan. An area which is rich in history, an area which is rich in natural resources, and particularly when the world would be heading towards sustainable development and the alternate energy, there are rare earth materials in form of natural resources, and probably we would be the one important source to the global supply chain in next decade, two or so. So the opportunity and the challenges are that whether we choose to have the politics of identity or the politics of development, or a mix of both.
I want to thank Pathfinder Group and the Sehgal family. And it's an honor to share the stage with the Chief Minister and former Caretaker Prime Minister. There are some in the international community, and particularly in the United States at times, who view this surge in terrorism as the consequence of Pakistan's own actions. I think this is a simplistic narrative. While I think Pakistan is receiving a rude awakening regarding the true nature of the Afghan Taliban, it's also true that Pakistan was largely put in an impossible position during the 20-year US war in Afghanistan. There's often a debate about what comes first, human development, economic growth, or security. And the reality is that Pakistan and Balochistan has the hard task of tackling all three at once. And I think that speaks to what you mentioned about the politics of identity and the politics of development having to happen at the same time. Connectivity is important, but it can't replace economic reforms and the importance of growing Pakistan's industrial base. You can have all the connectivity in the world, and certainly Balochistan is in a strategic location, but without economic reform and political stability, it's just not going to work. So you have to have both. But I'm a strong believer that Pakistan will emerge as an economic powerhouse and increasingly important country during our lifetimes, and that Balochistan will be part of that.
I thank you, Mr. Sehgal and the Pathfinder Group, for inviting me here and sharing my views about my province. It is important to unpack the word untapped potential of Balochistan. In a sense, we start from Balochistan's rich natural resources. No discussion on development in Balochistan can be had without its rich mineral deposits, which are among the richest in the world. From the Rakotic copper gold mines to abundant reserves of chromite, marble, and natural gas, Balochistan offers immense opportunities for extraction, processing, and export. In addition to minerals, the Balochistan province produces high-quality apples, pomegranates, and grapes. Our livestock sector, with over 45 million animals, presents untapped prospects for organic meat and dairy production and leather and wool industries. Our coastline is rich with marine biodiversity, supporting a robust fishing industry and aquaculture potential.
I'd like to elaborate on how Kakar Saab and Sarfaraz Bugti and Jamal Kamal, we met first whether he was Jam Kamal, the chief minister. At that point of time, the terrorism was not that much. It was there, but not that much. And there was a lot of interest. And the interest was, interestingly enough, from Europe. And a group got together and they proposed a BOT, a railway line between Reykjavik and Gwadar. A BOT, total. And the BOT was, and they added when Anwaar Kakar Sahab came by and said, let's do more. We said we have a railway line, coastal railway line from Gwadar to Karachi. And on the way we said there are lagoons, the most beautiful lagoons in the world. The most beautiful lagoons in the world. People don't even know about it. But there are lagoons very close to Karachi, very accessible. And the coastline is 330 days without rain. So sun-swept coastline, beaches, pristine beaches. So you could basically, and with the help of some Hong Kong investors who had money to invest in real estate and didn't know where to invest, they put together a package which said we'll make 3 coastal towns and we'll make industrial areas north of the road, etc., etc. And of course, unfortunately, the government changed. A new government came in. But I must tell you, we fell afoul at the hands of bureaucracy.
In terms of the violence that Pakistan faces, unfortunately, I think Pakistan really is on its own. If you go to Washington or you go to Europe and you say, look, there are these attacks in Di Khan and you really need to partner with us, the answer is going to be, where's Di Khan? And I don't think the international community is going to really be motivated by that. So unfortunately, even though I do agree you deserve some partnership, I really, as an analyst, I don't think you're going to get it. You might get it on some technical level or some intelligence sharing level, but this fight is going to be yours and yours alone, and that's unfortunate, but it's the reality. So I think Pakistan should avoid this self-fulfilling prophecy of becoming too fixated on the narrative that, well, we don't have security, and without security we can't achieve any of our other objectives. We must have security first. It actually all has to happen at once and in tandem with each other. So that's what I would say.
Just want to assure the people, Pakistani sittings here, businessmen, despite all this surge and despite all these equipments Kakar Sahab was mentioning, the thermal imageries and others, the BLA or other militant groups, even TTP in Balochistan, they cannot hold an inch of our land for more than 1 hour. So, despite all this.
And let me add one thing publicly also. I have never in my public life, I've been in public life for almost 14, 15 years, more than that. I have never seen a single shred of evidence where United States of America or either United Kingdom or European Union has been involved at the state level in any sabotage activity as far as Balochistan is concerned. It is only India, our eastern neighbor, and for understandable reasons. But why United Kingdom or US or Canada or Mexico would have an interest in the piece of land 10,000 miles away from its capital, and would be people would be arguing that, oh, they want to contain China. I said, okay, why they're not containing China in Latin America? Why they're not containing China through violence in any other part of the world? Why they're so much interested in me to contain China in my hometown? It doesn't make any sense to me, to be honest. Thanks.